Triple E Elvis 777 clocking in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Here for the people, even if the people don't need me. I'm here with Wagwan Jamaican Nick, and I'm loving that jacket.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir.
Nick, we're going to talk about random stuff that we've been talking about, because that's what we do best.
As always.
We got a little play. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta address the elephant in the room. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. I'm not gonna say this every single time, but I leave for a long time and I come back. Okay, I work on the ships now. All right. Sorry that I'm not always gonna be available. I do have some videos from the ship, but I don't want to post it just yet because I still work for them. But it doesn't stop me anyway. I might post it anyway and just be like, you know what? You guys call them in, tell them I'm doing a terrible job. That's a joke. But me and Nick are just gonna have a wonderful day today. Nick came before I even had my coffee, so we're gonna have a coffee cigar.
He is a busy man.
Nice water. It's not that I'm busy. It's just
Occupied.
yeah. It's not that I'm busy. It's just there's too much things to do and too little time.
That's right.
And I've noticed that it's not a bad thing, so I feel bad for saying this, but it's like everybody wants to do something, and like there's some people that I'm like, I don't really want to do that right now. None of my guys, you know what I mean? Not my guys. But there's people that I do associate with who I actually like. I'm not saying I don't like them, but it's just like I don't want to go out to the club every single night.
That's right.
Now, occasionally, okay, but you something. So I want to ask you, Nick, why is everyone worried about AI taking our jobs?
Our jobs?
That's what they say. AI is taking all of our jobs. The robots.
AI can't take every job.
Thank you.
So, if you know they're gonna take a specific job or a specific amount of jobs, then go after the jobs that you think they can't take, because somebody's gonna need to fix the AI.
So this is what somebody's gotta fix it. What if the AI fixes itself and now we're in the Matrix? No, but this is what I look at it like. I thought that the robots doing our job is a good thing. Why is it looked at as a bad thing? Like, what happened to the Jetsons, where like the robots do everything for you, so we wouldn't need it. Like, we wouldn't need to do anything. We could all be lazy. We could do whatever we want. Now, it doesn't mean we have to be lazy, but we could, focus on our life more, have more fun in our life while the robots do everything else for us. Like, what if you had a farming robot that made all your food for you, a robot that did your electricity for you, all that? Why is this a bad thing? Why can't it be a good thing if the robots took our jobs? Nobody likes to work anyway. I mean, we do like to work, but you know what I mean. Like,
I think it's a bad thing because if you're lazy, even if you're working, you still could be lazy.
Yeah.
If you're lazy, there's gonna be robots that's gonna make your job harder to achieve. Even if you're thinking about maybe one of these days I'm gonna get up and get a job. Well, the robot's taking that job already, so if you're gonna get that job, you're gonna have to work twice as hard. So
yeah, but that's it. Like the argument everybody's saying is, they're gonna take our jobs. So even if you're lazy, the robot's gonna outwork you anyway. Even if you're good, the robot's gonna outwork you. So eventually you'll have no job. Is the argument, right? So they're like, we're not gonna have a job, we're not gonna have income. Well, eventually the robots will have all the jobs, and then they could do all the work. And then we could live comfortably. Like, I don't know why. Why is it a bad thing that they're gonna take all the jobs? Because you won't have money at the time.
I think it's improbable that you're gonna have like a whole bunch of robot things. I don't think the Earth resources are gonna make that last. Like even if it's like solar, like it's so much energy you can take from the sun at one given time, to like charge these robots or charge something to be able to charge the robots, so.
It's so weird because technology is like tripling, doubling at a faster rate than it ever has. So we're in a weird spot, and we worry about the dumbest things. Like, you ever think like we're on this ball that rotates in the middle of nowhere, and we still like go to war, like. We could all work together and try to figure out a way to, like, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe I'm thinking too much of like heaven or something, like where everybody actually like just kind of leaves himself alone, but wants the better of the world, kind of thing. But I'm not even a hippie, so it's weird. Like,
I mean, ego is a thing.
I guess it's certain ideas make us go to war, but I want to stay on the robot thing for a second. Is like, I keep seeing all over, like, not Elon Musk, but just in general, like, oh, robots are gonna, like, there's a McDonald's that could run itself right now with nothing but robots. What else? Like, assembly lines are becoming, like, all robots doing the assembly lines, and people are like, oh, we're gonna lose it. Also, album covers, or I don't know what they're called, graphical design or whatever. Like, AI is taking all their jobs, and they're getting upset about it. It's just like, eventually, if that is the case, where everybody's like, oh, robots are gonna take all of our jobs, then you won't have to work. You can focus on you. What if you had robots doing all your work?
So the thing about it is, if robot takes all the jobs, right?
Yeah.
Then nobody's gonna be able to work to pay for the stuff the robot is producing. So that's why that's not gonna happen.
Okay. Hold on. Say the last part again.
If robot take over everything and produce everything, there's not gonna be people are not gonna be able to make a living to pay for the things that the robots are producing.
Okay, so just like before, when we didn't have currency like we do, we bartered. Well, if all the robots are making everything, we wouldn't need to buy anything. We have everything we need.
Right, I guess.
And if you had, like, say you had that nice jacket that your robots make all the time, I'll trade you something that my robots make all the time.
No, but how are you gonna pay for the robot?
They're 20 grand. They're coming out as 20 grand.
If you're not,
eventually, the robot will be so affordable, or it will be like the pieces will all come together. That I'm saying, we look at it as bad.
Go to the scrapyard and make a robot.
No, I'm saying that maybe the robots are at the scrapyard making them themselves. Issuing out what maybe a robot's job is to give out robots to other people.
Yeah.
Like that, and he's been doing that job for 30 years.
Free robot.
Yeah, he's working on it every day. He's like, all right, new robot for new person. Who wants a robot today? Kind of thing. Like, it's gonna get to that point where it's like, it's not even a necessity for money. If that's I'm saying, if this is the future that they're talking about, oh, robots are gonna take all our jobs. Well, every job that you could possibly think of that a robot's doing could be beneficial. Why is it like they're gonna take over the world like the Terminator? Like they just look at it and say, oh, negative. But why don't you look at it and say positive? But maybe that's like, I don't know.
Well, those are people that can't think for themselves. They're gonna always think that way, because if you're not like out there on social media and you're minding your business and you're doing your own thing, you stay in your own path. Yeah. These things will never affect you, because I didn't know that robots was gonna. Yeah. I mean, if they do, it's not gonna be in my lifetime. My kids or my kids' don't have to.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think it's gonna be in my lifetime.
So I don't have to need to worry about something that's not gonna affect me.
Let's just say 1,000 years from now. That's when they're talking about.
1,000 years from now,
like let's just say that.
What's my problem now? 1,000 years from now.
Not even my problem at all. I might not even make it in the next 3 years. So the septic tanks over there, bury me in it, is what my dad always says. This is kind of off topic. I've been watching a lot of prison stories. Oh, hey, if y'all know who Lockdown 23-1 is, and you're watching my channel, I know him. Me and him play the game together. I know it sounds crazy, but I do know. His name's Josh. I know Death. Yeah, Lockdown 23-1. Just want to add that in there for anybody that's confused. Now, I know it's weird that we're on two different levels, but he's a good dude. Okay, that's all I gotta leave it at. Now, what I was gonna say is, I want to know your thoughts on this.
Kill him, not him.
No. I want to know your thoughts on this, because some people make the excuse that you have to do what you got to do, and I get that. But watching this dude yesterday, I can't remember his name, DJ Vice or something like that, DJ Vice. He went to prison for like 20 years. And he said all because he decided to get some dope at like 19 years old. A small, like at first it was obviously a small transaction for $25. He said that turned into him being pretty much kingpin for a while. Getting robbed, getting almost killed, all this stuff.
In prison or out of prison?
Out of prison. Well, this is what got him to go to prison is he did all the, like he started with, he said his first ever flip was like cocaine. Actually, $25 for a little bump or something like that. I don't know how much cocaine goes for. So there you go, people. But he said if he would have just told his friends no when he was like 19, then none of that would ever happen. So what do you think about the argument of people say, well, I had to sell drugs because I grew up in this environment? And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people, not a lot of people, I don't know. There's a a select few people that I've had in my life that say, all I could do was sell drugs. It's the only thing I couldn't get money any other way. And the reason I'm asking you is because I think it's more honorable for the guy that lives in that circumstance, who lives in that community, who doesn't do it and actually works an actual job to get where he wants to be. I think he chose the higher route, even if it's not the financially beneficial route, like fast money, slow problems kind of thing.
Okay.
So what do you think about that?
So being the only person that's doing the right thing in a bad situation it's not looked upon as honorable. I think that only looked upon as honorable in the end, but never in the process of anything. But no, you always have a choice. You always have a choice.
We might disagree on that part.
No, because a person that's struggling, you're not gonna be like, ah, man, look at him.
Oh,
go.
no.
Look at him go. You're just gonna be like, when he wins, you're gonna be like, ah, man, look, he did it. And now you check out his backstory. You be like,
yeah, I feel like
he had a broken leg. You know,
I feel like
his parents was killed or something like that. You're gonna be like, ah, man, that's an honorable guy right there. But in the process, you'll never. You looked at him like, if you know he walking barefooted, you know, half a shirt, whatever. You're not gonna be like, oh, that's an honorable man right there. You know, I admire that guy. You're not gonna do that.
If we solely just valued money, then yeah. See, that's the thing. I can't speak for. I do feel like I have like a mindset that sometimes is minority where I don't know how other people think or operate when it comes to like how they view other people. My cousin told me this the other day. He said, Mitchell actually told me. He said, you know what's one thing about our family is that we don't look at somebody and try to outdo them or try to be better than them. And I was just like, yeah, that's weird behavior to me. I don't look at somebody and be like, oh, I want to be better than this guy. I'm just like, he's him and I'm me. It's kind of like, it's not even, it's weird. It's like not even a thought. So when he brought it up, I actually had to sit and think about it. And I was like, yeah, people do that. People get next to you and think, oh, he has a nice house. Oh, I have a nicer house. Or oh, he's good at his job. Well, yeah, well, he's not really that good at it, and I'm better than him. Kind of thing like that. And it's just like, to me, that's hater behavior. And I like to lift people up, not bring them down. And another thing that I learned as I got older is I don't like talking about myself. I know I'm on camera talking about myself, but the whole point is, there was years of my life where I wouldn't let people know what was going on. I would just do what I had to do, and I wouldn't say anything. And then you just see the results. As I got older, I realized that you have to let people know because then they just make all these assumptions and all these crazy thoughts. This is kind of off topic, but so when it comes to me looking at somebody else, I really don't know what the goal is. Like, if I see somebody with millions of dollars, I don't be like, oh yeah, he's honorable. He's got millions of dollars. No, I'm like, how did he get his millions? And did he do it? Did he do it in a way that I think would be acceptable to even be around him? You know what I mean? Like, was he shady his whole life to get millions? Because you're still a shady person at the end of the day. And Dave Ramsey says, money doesn't make the man, it magnifies you. So whatever you were before the money is what you really are going to be after the money. And I kind of agree with that. But go back to what you were saying.
I think circumstances make you who you are. Basically,
yeah.
If you've grown up in an environment where to be the best, you have to take out the best, then you're gonna have that mind state.
Kind of like 50 Cent? A bit.
I don't know. I don't know a story like that.
Okay.
But or you know, if you live in a mind state where, you know, we all can be the best.
Yeah.
You know, then you're gonna have that mind state. But let's go back to the topic you're talking about you have to make the choices that you have to make, whether you sell drugs or not. There's always a choice. There's always a choice in doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing as an overall perspective. But doing the right thing is gonna be very, very. It's gonna be hard, and not only that, you just won't be able to see.
Yeah.
Your way out, or you won't see where you can be.
Yeah.
But doing the wrong things, you kind of you'd be like, because the person who's like telling you to sell drugs, you can see that, okay, well, he makes a lot of money.
Fast money, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you make a lot of money.
I don't want to cut you off because you were cooking right there, but you're just giving me like great ideas. Is that when you make those choices to do the wrong thing, it's because I don't want to say the devil has his hand in it, but the devil offers you the world. He's going to give you the world. Now you got to understand that there's a price tag with that world, and if you're not willing to do 5 years in jail, 10 years in jail, 20 years in jail for a little bit of cocaine, then you shouldn't probably do the drug selling. But I had somebody tell me that I'm on my high horse because I think that it's more honorable to take I would say the square way out, the easier way out, or not the easier way out, the harder way out, going to work and making it from nothing. And in this country, at least, there's a lot of opportunity to go be something. UPS is everywhere, right? You can go work at UPS and make a good living. Now, that doesn't mean you stay there forever. Get your 50 to 60 to 80 to 100 grand and 1 year of savings. Savings is superpower. And then go make something out of that. And sometimes it does take going back to the drawing board. But my life, I feel like it's been a lot of trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? You got to figure it out, right? So I'm not saying that everybody's going to figure it out, but you should at least try.
But what's wrong with being on a high horse? I mean, being on a horse is very high.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well, my thing is, is it really the idea? Am I really trying to sit on my high horse, and judge somebody for saying, you sold drugs, that's bad. You went to work, that's good. I'm just saying, out of both of those people, the guy that was in that same situation, say he's on, 6th Street, and shootings every night, pimps, drug dealing, all is around him, but he chose to go to school, to go take the higher route, to go to work. Why is it I'm on my high horse for saying he avoided all of that? He made good choices multiple times to become something else, the right way rather than the wrong way. So I'm saying, like, is it really me on my high horse, or am I just stating something that I would say is a fact that he did?
Both. Like, but ain't nothing wrong with being on your high horse. You're supposed to. I mean, not judging someone is inevitable. Cause you have.
Well, everybody makes judgment every day.
You have to. You can't just look at something and be like nothing. You're gonna judge it, but you're not gonna put him down or belittle him. But you're just like, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. I look at it like this, and maybe that's why, because people are used to tearing each other down. I don't tear nobody down. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do the drug route, just know it comes with it. I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm not a cop. I'm not gonna arrest you. Like, that's somebody else's job. Let them do that. But my whole thing is, like, the guy that lived in the same circumstance than you chose the harder way out. I don't think I'm really sitting on my high horse judging both of you saying, oh, this is right, this is wrong. I just think he chose the harder way out. I'm going to honor him more than I would honor the dude that just got fast dope, hurt his community, went to prison. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like,
yeah, I mean,
if you want to be a good citizen, you just did everything wrong. Like, is that me being on my high horse? Like,
but the thing about that situation is the person that did the dope and all that other stuff. They don't want that for them kids. So that's when they know that.
But they're young and they don't know. I get it that you're young, you don't know, but you can't say I had to do this. That was my whole point.
No, you don't have to. You don't have
to. That was my point to this. That was my whole point to this whole this conversation previous was, they say that I had to sell drugs to get out or to get out of my circumstance. Well, you never have to do anything.
No. I
have to?
No, I'll
unless you're in the cartel.
Yeah,
Mexico.
In some situations, you kind of have to.
I'm saying growing up in Texas or something in the hood.
Like some situation that sometimes you have to, but not because. I mean, if you don't do it, you might get killed. Your parents might get killed, or something like that.
But even then, like, let's say you're in the dope game, okay, fast money. This is a lot of problem with them too. Is they get that fast money, blow it all, and then they gotta go get it again, and it's never enough. So just like gambling, with me, it's like it's never enough, right? So
chasing your tail.
So the fast money, right? Once you get that 40, 50, 60, 100 grand, I mean, some of the guys make 300 grand in 1 year. Once you get that, you can get out the dope game, but you never leave. You always come back. Why is that? So there's no, I had to do this to get out.
They moved the goalposts, that's why.
I had to do this to get out, but you never had to do that to get out, and now you're locked up. You know what I mean? Like, eventually, it's like dominoes. Eventually, the last domino is going to fall. The end result's prison.
No, sometimes you can't get out, because sometimes it's blood in, blood out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. That's a lot of the times it's blood in, blood out, but I'm saying, like, I'm talking about these, like, not Jeezy figures, but Jeezy did it the right way. I mean, if anything, Jeezy actually made it. He didn't, But you know what I'm saying? Like, people that I guess people get affiliated like young, 12, 13, 11, you know, but it just it's definitely not just a black or white answer, but what's Ben Shapiro say? Ben Shapiro says if you don't have kids in America, if you don't have kids by the time you're out of high school, you graduate and then you go to work, you're better off than majority of Americans. Just doing those three things: don't have kids before you're married, graduate high school, and go to work, and you'll be better off than most Americans. Like the average American, you'll make more than the average American. So that means you could be living more, like living comfortably. That doesn't mean you're gonna have everything. See, maybe that's the problem too. Is everybody wants everything.
I can agree with that concept because like if you graduate high school, you don't have things to like cloud your brain like in terms of kids. The married part, I don't know about that, but you know.
No, it says if you're
not married.
No, it says if you have kids out of wedlock.
Okay.
So don't have children out of marriage. By the time you graduate high school, you'll be better off. So if you pretty much till you're 19, don't have any kids.
Yeah, you have more time to like.
You have more opportunity, is kind of what he's saying, and you'll have more chances. And you know, if you're working, you're gonna have more ability to move up and stuff like that. But if you have a kid, it sets you back at that young age. In America today, now it's probably even worse now because of inflation. But I do know there's a lot more problems than just, you know, a dope dealer too. I don't want people to think that I'm just against all the dope dealers, but there's so much money out here. You don't have to do.
But dope dealing, the make it out of dope dealing and living comfortable is the chances of that happening is so limited. You know.
Yeah.
It's like worse than gambling, but I mean the right thing is the hard thing to do, and sometimes, you know, if no one tells you what the outcome is gonna be, then
okay,
you just might not do the right thing. You just do the hard thing because that's all people been telling you about the hard thing.
Oh, you said the right thing is the hard thing to do.
Yeah, the right thing is always the hard thing.
Okay, so I think it's more honorable for the guy doing the right thing, and he had the same choices.
But it's honorable in the end. It's not honorable in the process.
Well, that's because that's if you care about popularity and fame and all that, but not everybody cares about that stuff. And maybe I'm one of the few people that don't care about that stuff. Like, if anybody asks me, do I ever want to be famous? I don't really want to be famous. Like,
you don't because you're not that you are famous, but I mean, there's always level. So I guess.
Well, I don't want to be a high level fame.
Well, okay, I'll put it to you this way. A person that never have something will never say they don't want to have that thing that they never had. So maybe you wasn't famous, but maybe there was always someone that you can talk to, you can chill with, you can hang out with, and maybe not one or two, maybe like a bunch, you know, and. Sometimes as men, that's what we need when we were younger, like a couple best friend. Group. Yeah, but when you have that when you're younger, you're not gonna want to be famous because that's fame in itself.
Hold on, the only reason why I can even have that is because I value something. Okay.
Right.
So I have to go out and look for the same values that I value to keep those people around. That's why I keep somebody like you around, or Tyler, or any of those guys, Fernando, because we all have a common value. Now, if you were shady all the time, trying to borrow money, trying to take something from me, or I caught you stealing, we're not, like, it's just not going to work. So I've built these connections with solid people. So I think it's about being genuine and being, it's hard to explain solid, but.
Yes, but remember, at the same time.
Yeah.
In the beginning, the right thing is a hard thing to do. That's why in the beginning, most people do the hard thing, and then eventually later on they try to do the thing they should have been doing in the first place, which makes things.
Hold on. If the right thing is the hard thing to do, then in the beginning they try to do the easy thing,
meaning like
which is not the right thing.
Yeah, so meaning like instead of being your friend,
yeah,
they probably be a bully, because being a bully, people scared of you. That's like a fame in itself.
You get stuff. From that.
So it's like. So later on, when the bully get out of school, you want to be a nice guy now because he's like, okay, I can't really bully people, And then when the people who used to bully get big and like successful, and then see him on the street, be like,
"What are you doing?
What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then like, and then you know you're gonna feel some type of way, but you know like it's hard to like to have genuine connection in certain situation you're in, because like even in school, like when you're younger, like you remember there was a time like kudos was a thing, cooties was a thing, like it was
cooties,
like it was like a bad thing.
They're still a thing.
You know what I'm saying? But like
called STDs now.
But like look at it now, like I mean that's a good thing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like holding your girl's hand, walking in the lunchroom, being with your girl all the time. Those things are frowned upon, but those are the right thing. But now when you get older, that's the thing that you want. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things where it's just life lessons. Not everyone gonna get it in the beginning, but for those who get in the beginning,
some people gotta go through making bad decisions to find out that they were doing the wrong thing. I get that, but don't sit here and tell me that you have to in America sell sling dope to make it. Now there are rough neighborhoods out there, but in every rough neighborhood, I think they said there's like 10 other people doing the right thing. Like you think all the moms in the hood are selling dope, slinging dope? Like, come on now.
That you can't say there is never, because
you can say never. You can't say that in any situation, really. But
because like I would say like.
Well, I just gave a number.
Like prostitution. Like you can't say a woman that have 5 kids, no baby daddy, don't be a prostitute whenever, because you know she can't be able to get a job. She don't have a car. She don't have a good tax and stuff like that, or the guy who like got a bunch of misdemeanor because he's wrong place, wrong time, and he's trying to get a job, and like they're not giving him a job. Like sometimes it be like that. You have no choice but to do what you can do, you know. So I wouldn't say there was. Sometimes you don't have to. Like sometimes you have to do it, but like, I mean, for those who can't, I mean, those who don't have to do it, I mean...
I think if you ask the U.S. government if you have to sell drugs to make it, they would say no, but then the CIA goes around and sells drugs, so, you know...
That's what I'm saying, like, I mean, like, some people that tell you not to do certain things is because they're doing it also, but, I mean, that's a whole different...
They don't want you to get in there, they don't want you to cut their margins, their profit line.
Like, this guy got potential, let's get him out from now, let's get him away from now, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, most time, I don't think you have to do that.
Let me just sum up, because we're already at, like, 27 minutes, but let me just sum up my kind of thinking here. Okay, if you do sell drugs to make it out of the hood and you didn't get caught, kudos to you, I guess. But the guy that was right next to you that took the hard route, I would say, and worked his behind off, we should really start capitalizing on teaching society that is a good thing. And don't, like, he's not a square, he's not a loser for going to work every day trying to figure his way out. He's working on himself. He's actually doing a lot of self-reflection and saying, you know what, I could have got this quick, fast money, but you know what, I'm going to do something that will make my family proud or make better the community rather than harm the community. And I don't think there's a strong case for selling dope helping the community. You know what I mean? I don't think that there's a strong argument for that at all. But there is a strong argument for boosting the economy, getting a good job, and pretty much helping out your neighbor. Like we lost this in our country to just see somebody and help them out. We lost that as a community. So I know me and Nick could talk about this for another 6 hours, but we're gonna call it there. So
hold on, let me make a disclaimer.
Let
okay.
Nick make a disclaimer.
I wouldn't tell anyone to sell drugs.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But if you're gonna do what necessarily needs to be done, have a motive of like saying you're gonna do this to get by.
Yeah.
And also try to like do more than one thing so that one thing doesn't look frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? But that's my disclaimer.
I mean, we just got done selling bricks, so we're out of here.